give me a sign. I don't wanna front, I just wanna see you. Please give me a sign if you wanna come. Why you presenting games I don't wanna play? I've been on my grind, I just wanna lay down with you. Spark a doobie, hit the town with you. Life is complicated, but I found in you something simple, I can wrap my head around it. Be my lady, cause you keep on around it. You see all the women in my DMs, it's astounding. You ain't gotta worry about a thing, you got me grounded. Yeah, I say any truth that I wanna say. Let's appreciate our youth like it's our final days. I'm the rarest in the deck, call me ace of spades. Life is anything we choose, and I would choose you, babe. I don't wanna front, I just wanna see ya. Please give me a sign, yeah. Please give me a sign if you wanna come. Please give me a sign, yeah. I don't wanna front, I just wanna see you. Please give me a sign if you wanna come. I don't wanna front, I just wanna see you. Please give me a sign if you wanna come through. Oh yeah.
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the hold close, it starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I
And we are live. Welcome to 7th podcast of Esports Vikings. So
All right,
let's
let's
get
do
it
this.
going.
Good morning, good day, good afternoon, and good whatever night time of the day it is somewhere in a parallel universe. I'm rambling again. Yeah, it's today is Wednesday if I remember correctly.
You do.
No, I actually
you
don't.
You
Today is
don't.
Tuesday.
Oh, it's Tuesday. Got it.
Okay.
That's a strong start. A strong
Yeah.
start to the day.
Solid, solid. Actually, I have no idea what day it's been for like the past 10 days.
How do you know when to work then? You check when
I
everybody else is.
don't.
I
No,
work
I
every
work
day.
every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like no day
That's
is different from the other, really. Like it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I've worked like last 8 days out of 9, and the one day I didn't work for us, I worked my other project. So
Well, the thing is as
yeah.
well, there's a lot of esports every day, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit here and then I might as well do something productive every now and then. So, you know, it goes how.
fair, but I think it's kind of funny in a sense that every day we ask from people if someone knows what day it is, and people rarely do, because every day like you're just locked indoors. What else do you do but work every day? So it's kind of we're in a situation where it doesn't matter what day of the week it is anymore because all we do is work and sleep.
Yeah,
It,
I only know Friday and Saturday because LEC is played on those days, and those I remember. And other than that, I have no idea what day it is.
But well, that's something though.
Yeah,
It's better that you know that if it's LAC, it's Friday or Saturday,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you
B-
can
and
kind of play around with it.
yeah, I luckily follow so many League of Legends Twitter accounts that they always tell me that it's game day, so I can't miss it.
Also, basically, when someone asks you what day it is, you can say it's 2 days from LEC or 2 days after LEC, for example.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
that's how my week goes.
Now your emails make so much more sense to me. Okay.
Yeah, and as you see from my messages in Discord, I work day and night also, so I don't know even if it's day or night because it's black outside anyway in Finland. So whatever is it 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. It doesn't really matter to me.
Wait, so
uh,
does this mean that if you let's say you add a reaction to a message in Discord 4 a.m., does that mean you're working?
Um,
Like, can I consider myself working if I start reacting to messages in Discord and Slack in the middle of the night if they're work related?
well, pretty much if you're reading messages from work, I think it's working. Because what else would it be? Why would you read your messages from your colleagues if you're not working?
For me, it's like a
well,
hobby.
Yeah.
the same.
My Discord is open. Like I first thing I do when I wake up, I start up my computer and open the Discord, and last thing I do before I go to sleep, I shut down my computer so my Discord is open pretty much all the time. So and when I get the new message, I read it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like that's kind of the same thing for me, especially now because I spend majority of my day in front of the computer,
Yeah.
even after working hours, and I have Discord open 24/7. Even if I'm not on my PC, I'm checking Discord with my mobile.
Yeah.
Discord has
Same.
become like kind of my new addiction. I stopped using all like these Snapchats and whatnot. I really rarely use Instagram anymore. Twitter is Twitter, obviously, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think in Discord it's because of the communities. Like I have a lot of like, well, a lot. I have some friends in Australia, and they have like their own Discord kind of family thingy where I am at. So that's also like, yeah, I don't know, so many different communities and easy to keep up with people. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for me it's Discord first, then Twitter and LinkedIn. That's the 3 platforms I follow pretty much.
yeah, I use LinkedIn too, but I don't know, not sure if it's or how good it is with esports, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know about that either, but still there is some relevant information there.
true.
Well, speaking of, this is an esports show, right?
Yeah,
Shall we get to it?
No.
maybe
Do you want to talk about social media a bit more?
we can. Can you tell me about how you about your experiences with social media, Janne?
Close to none, because I don't use any, really. I try not to.
In a way, I think it's like uh, it's super funny because I know how little you use social media. You rarely use it, like really rarely. And like sometimes it took you months to reply to a message I sent you in Facebook.
Yeah,
And yet still the only reason you're working in this company is because you use Twitter.
that is true.
Yeah.
Good point. No, I guess actually things have changed. So the only thing I actually actively use, I guess, is Twitter, because that's, at least somewhat interesting. Everything else, not so much. Obviously, I use Discord, but no.
You used to post a lot of beer pictures in Instagram.
Yeah, well, I have a mom who makes me do it, so I don't have a choice.
Wait, is this kind of similar kind of situation where I'm in that my relatives kind of I had to promise to my relatives that I post at least one picture a month in Instagram so they know I'm alive. So is this a similar situation?
Yeah, I would say it's almost exactly the same situation, actually.
Sounds
But
good.
actually,
Sorry, I need to take a minute. I'll be back.
okay.
Okay, we can talk about social media while Janne is gone.
Yeah, we'll get back to this
Yeah,
soon.
because we cannot go forward because neither of us watched the game yesterday, so we cannot talk about the game.
I've seen the highlights and I've read the things, but actually, because what Janne just spoke about his mom, Janne's mom is amazing social media user. I've gotten a friend request in Facebook from her, I think 6 or 7 times,
Nice.
and I asked Janne about it, and he said, "Well, she's an expert of friend requests. She sends them to every person who has mutual friends, and she's met. She sends a request." And
Well,
I met Janne and Janne's parents last summer here in Malta. Because they're Finnish, so they wanted to meet Janne's Finnish boss. But we had a lot of good times then.
well, my Facebook is kind of interesting also because my brother's wife is from Indonesia and the social media is pretty different in there, and I got so many requests from her relatives and friends and everybody that knows her or won't even know her. They all want to invite me and my family members to their Facebook friends. So I get so many like people from Indonesia adding me in Facebook that it's not even funny.
You should make like a marketing scheme out of it. You should start selling something to them.
But most of the time we don't even have a language we share. They don't like speak English and I don't speak Indonesian, so.
You should start collecting. Try to see how long it takes for you to get like 5,000 Indonesian friends.
My father accepts all of those and
I would imagine your father's English isn't very good.
yeah, definitely not. So he doesn't really speak English, like basic words, and but he also likes their like food pictures and nature pictures and things like that. And then the ladies just tags him in their pictures and and my father has no idea what they're talking about. And then he like visits my brother and asks his wife, "What does this mean? What did they send to me? And what is this food? And why am I tagged in here?" And that's so funny to listen.
That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Someone's calling you.
Yeah,
Should we start talking about esports?
yeah, maybe. I will message him. That's
All right,
my
I'm back.
that's my partner in my company.
All right. You're back. Should we start talking
Yeah.
about esports then?
Yes, we
Okay.
have a lot of CS:GO to talk about at least.
Yeah. So we will begin with ESL Pro League recap of yesterday, and then the preview of the upcoming stuff. After that, we'll talk a little bit about FLASHPOINT. Then we have some Dota 2 WeSave to play finals, and in the end of the show, we'll talk a little bit about PUBG.
Right.
Welcome along, and here we go. Janne, please work your magic.
Well, we started ESL Pro League yesterday with Fnatic against Force. So I guess we all expected Fnatic to win, which they did, but it was close. Not much to say. I think Force has been, quite impressive through all of this. They showed that they can compete with pretty much anybody. They were decently good against Navi. They won the 2 games before, and to be honest, they could have won this game against Fnatic as well. I think the biggest surprise for me was that Fnatic didn't win Mirage, because I think Mirage is a really good map for Fnatic, and them losing 7-16 to Force is a big surprise. But good for now, or good for Fnatic, that they did close it out in the end, though. So they are looking
Interesting.
pretty good. They are leading the group, so I guess that's okay.
Yeah. Interesting point here is that after 4 matches played, Forest is second in the group. Yes, they are tied with 3 other teams, but they are second in the group with the best route difference out of the teams who have gone 2-2.
Oh, definitely very good. But I think, we have seen loads of surprises this far. And, well, Force is one of the positive ones. And they have a really good shot at making it. They are playing big today. So, in my books, they have a very good shot against big. And if they win, they are through, which is really, really good.
Yeah. Then the second game yesterday was between North and Big BIG, where
Yeah,
North bested 2-0.
Yeah, it was an interesting game. I watched all of it, and it honestly felt like it could have gone either way, because on Vertigo, the second map, Big was up something like 6-7-0 maybe. I'm gonna have a look actually. They were up 8-1, and well, they obviously dropped and it went to overtime and they lost. But I do think that Big performed pretty well in this game, and if they went to 3 maps, I'm not really sure, because Nuke is a good team for both of them. So, uh, interesting game. Good for North. They're doing pretty well. Better than I expected. Better than, I think, from what we have been talking about. But they are in the same situation like Forest. There's 4 teams on 6 points. So, well, the last round will determine everything in this group. And North are playing Complexity. So, again, same situation as Forest. I think they have a very good shot at winning that game. So, hey, let's see. Also, kind of a shout out to Gade in this game. He was the hard carry. I don't even know what to say. He single-handedly destroyed Big. So he looked like Simple or something from nowhere. So
Yeah. Fair. Then the third series yesterday was Navi and Complexity, where Navi won 2-1 after, you could say, some struggles.
Big struggles, I would say. Honestly, Navi is having a tough time, but I suppose the good sign for Navi is that they started with losing 2 games, and now they have won 2 very close ones. So a win is still a win, I guess, something like that. They look better. They don't look dominant or anything, but I don't know. Complexity in this game, honestly, like it's funny because the second map does too. Navi won 16-18, and honestly, that could have been a very close game. Complexity played on the T side, and they messed up 2 huge rounds very early on. They should have won. Like they had the pistol round, they lost a 5-on-3, and then in the fourth round, I think it was, they made a huge mistake. And both of those rounds, they really should have closed it out. And I think in that case, they could have even won those 2. I understand it looks very one-sided, but it truly could have been a different story. So I don't know. Interesting. Navi looking better, but Navi are still in a spot where they need to win their last game against Fnatic, and I think that might be very tough by looking at how they are playing right now.
Yeah, and
Yeah, Navi definitely has some struggles, and they've tweeted about it, and Simple has been open that they are actually struggling and not having any ping issues or anything like that. It's just struggling, so they don't want to put this on a technical side. They said we just suck pretty much. So it's something they have to fix for the future games, because close series like that against Complexity will bite them in the ass in the upcoming games.
I also think a little bit like we did discuss this. I think me and you, Temu, during sometime at Katowice or before as well. Like we said it a million times that Navi has the players. They can win a tournament like anytime if their players step up and play on their best level. They can beat anybody, and I guess that's what happened in Katowice. Everybody has popped off, played great, and now we are back to kind of their normal level again. Every now and then, Simple has a crazy map. Electronic has one. The other guys can step up too. Especially Boomich lately has been very good, but it's not enough if it doesn't like it needs all the components need to be there, or everybody has to have the fucking best day of their life, and that doesn't happen enough. So Navi is struggling, and like I said, I really like they are favored to win against Fnatic today or tonight, and I don't think they should be. I think Fnatic should be a favorite in that game, honestly.
Yeah, I honestly think so
I
too.
do agree. I don't think why Navi would be favored in this matchup. I mean, Fnatic has been better clearly, and it just doesn't really make any sense.
No, I mean I think it only comes down to that their names are bigger, and it's like the simple factor and all this. But I don't think the logic doesn't really work. It just people want to believe that Navi are better because how good they were in Katowice and how big their names are on paper. But yeah, I think Fnatic's gonna win.
Yeah. Then moving towards today's games, groups A and B are coming to their end, and we have 6 matches in total.
I really not like today's schedule. I don't like that we are playing 3 games at the same time, because we could play 2 games, 2 games, 2 games as we have done in the previous days. I don't like the schedule of today. I really don't.
No, it's a bit much, definitely. I can't do anything else than agree. I mean, I understand that the idea is that one group gets decided, at the same time, basically. I guess that's the idea behind it, so that
Yeah,
teams can't play on other teams' results and so on. But that might still happen anyway, right? One game goes to 3 maps, another ends in 2, and then you're in that situation anyway,
yeah.
right? So I don't know. I don't really like it. I think it just would have been better to play. Well, you can argue it either way. I agree. I don't like it, but I can still understand kind of why they wanted to do it.
And what it also does is that it's gonna split the viewership really heavily.
Yep.
But yeah, so at 6 p.m. Our time, which is GMT +1. So I think this is 7 p.m. for Finland and
Yes.
5 p.m. for UK. We have Navi going against Fnatic, Big against Force, and North against Complexity. We have been going over the Navi versus Fnatic series. We touched a little bit on the Big and Force, but maybe a bit more about that.
Very tough game, honestly. I don't know how to call this one because both is funny actually. Both teams started with winning their first 2 games, and then they proceeded to lose the next 2. So both of them were a big surprise, but now they have lost 2 games in a row each. So I don't know. This is really tough, and this is really important because the winner will 100% be through in second or third place, should be. So if I had to take a little guess, I actually would favor Force very slightly.
Yeah, me too. And it's not even very slightly. It's maybe slightly, but I think Force is in a better condition right now than Big is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the both of the series that Force has lost have been really tight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big loss to North 2-0, even though it wasn't. If you say 2-0, it wasn't like easy in any case. But I do believe that the Russian squad might have an edge over here.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but then, like you talked about the Big's latest game against North, and I don't know. I think they played really well. Like the result looks way worse than the actual play was. So I don't. I'm really torn about this one. But okay, let's see what some odds say actually. All right, so it's exactly 50-50 split on a lot of places. Okay. I think if I got like 2 times the money on Force, I would go for it. Anything under, I don't really fancy it. But
Yeah.
tough game. But yeah, we all favor Force slightly then, I suppose.
Yep.
And then we have North versus Complexity. You can start with that. I'm gonna go get thicker socks because my legs are freezing.
Okay, this is not in any way easier, I guess, but Complexity, as far as I can see, they should be out guaranteed because they can't pass. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is there any way Force and Big are playing North? Okay, I mean, the thing is, they are minus 27 Complexity, so they would have to catch up, I think, about 40 rounds.
Yeah,
Which-
it's not possible. Or
Yeah.
the Big has to lose monumentally.
Yeah, exactly, and Complexity has to smash it quite hard as well. So
I don't. It's not even possible for them to overtake North because they cannot take enough rounds to overtake.
yeah, I guess.
Even if they win,
Yeah, even if they're 16-0, 16-0, it's not enough actually, right? Because that's 32, and they are down.
they cannot overtake
31.
North. It's not possible for them to take North, I think.
Wait, they can.
Yeah,
31 rounds. They need to 16-0, 16-0. Then they can.
If they're 16-0, 16-0, they can take North.
That's pretty harsh. I wonder what the odds are.
and
at the same time, Fnatic has to win against Navi. Yeah.
And,
are we talking about the chances?
What can they take? They cannot take Big.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah. But
Because
no, they can. Because the loser of Force and Big will have a minus.
Oh yeah. You're
correct.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So they actually the situation is very simple. For Complexity to move on, they need to 16-0, 16-0, and they need Fnatic to win against Navi.
Yeah, pretty much.
Looks pretty harsh.
And
I'd say doable.
Yeah, but and they need Force to win because or Big to win.
Well,
great, because if Force loses slightly, there won't be enough rounds.
No, that's true. Yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about the game.
Yeah,
that was actually funny, though.
Complexity 100% sure it goes with top 3. No problem at all.
All right. I would actually. I think it's quite interesting that Complexity are like a decent favorite in this game. I don't really see why.
Yeah, same.
I think North has actually played fairly well from what I've seen. I think they lost to Force. I think that game got me thinking they were kind of bad because they looked bad in that game. But then after that, they've been pretty good, and they also played pretty well against Fnatic. And then they 2-0 Big, which I talked about too many times already. I don't know. I would see North as the favorites here, especially since I'm sure Complexity will still play, even though they don't have a realistic shot of going through. But I don't know. North is my favorite here. I don't really understand the odds, honestly.
Yeah, for me too. I think North will take this.
Yeah.
All right. Then moving on towards the last 3 games of the evening, which is going to be Group B. No, Group A. Sorry. We have Astralis versus Vitality, NIP versus ENS, and Godsent versus Spirit. First series is on paper the toughest one, where we have Astralis and Vitality going head to head.
That is funny that you would say that because it's actually odds-wise the clearest winner of the 3.
Yeah.
And I actually agree. I think Astralis, they had a terrible game against NIP, the first one, and that has shaken things up a lot. Like, odds-wise, they got really undervalued lately because of that. We have talked them down a little bit, at least because of that. I think Astralis have shown in the games after. They have 3 wins in a row. They have been pretty comfortable too. And actually, the funny part is, I guess the ends game was the only one that they looked shaky because they smashed Spirit and Godsent easily. So, well, either way, I'm just rambling. I think Astralis is a clear favorite here. I am not very impressed with Vitality either lately. They're not terrible or anything. They did pretty well against them. I think Astralis should be a pretty big favorite here.
Yeah,
Okay.
and even in their victories, they haven't been like really convincing team. I mean, Vitality.
Yeah, I think so.
I have no hope for them in this one. Absolutely none.
Yeah,
Okay.
the funny part is almost every series this far I have been talking up Vitality as a favorite against most other teams and so on. And to be fair, they have won most of those games. But yeah, I think Astralis is gonna smash Vitality
Yeah,
today.
yeah. It can be close one, like fast one. It can be closed very fastly, and you can go and check out the other series while they're
It's,
still going.
it's kind of interesting though because both of these teams should go through whatever happens because they are both of 9 points, and the only team that could challenge them is Spirit, and they would have to win quite convincingly against Godsent to overtake any of the teams. So, but
Yeah.
anyway, I think Astralis easy win today, I believe.
Okay. I do have my um, crumble of doubt because there's always the Zaiwu aspect.
But
The thing is, I used to think like that. I don't think that's even relevant anymore. Saibu can't solo carry this team, and I don't even think Saibu has been looking that good lately.
yep,
Not
same,
like
same.
2019.
And I'm actually saying that Vitality will drop below Spirit. I don't think they can take enough rounds from Astralis, and Spirit will definitely win Godsend. So I think Vitality might be out.
It's very possible. The thing I don't agree, because I don't really think that Spirit will smash Godsend. I think maybe they will. Let's not talk about that now, since we we will come to it. But yeah, okay, we have different opinions on that game.
I do think Vitality has a fighting chance. I do agree that Astralis is a favorite, but I don't think they're this big of a favorite. Like the odds for Astralis are 1.2, and you can get over 4 for Vitality, and I just don't think it's even. I think, uh, oh, well, Janne, you know more, but if you can get over 4 odds on Vitality, wouldn't that be still a good bet?
I would say, from my point of view, the odds are exactly where they should.
Yep. Same.
Okay.
I can't disagree. Like, if it was, for example, if it was like 1.1 and 5-6 times Vitality, sure, like, then I would agree. But I think this is pretty. This is fair. For an example, you can bet on Vitality plus 1.5 and get like 1.8, 1.9 somewhere around there, and I think that's, even money on Vitality winning one map is where I would think it's fair. So these odds look very solid to me, and nothing I would touch really.
Okay. Okay. I can live with that.
Yeah, because I do think it's okay. Let's skip this game soon, but I think it's very likely that Vitality can take a map, but winning the series, I don't really have a hard time seeing.
Okay.
But let's move on.
Yeah. Second series. This is the 5th series of the day, and it's going to be battle between NIP and ENS. So we have the classic Finland versus Sweden matchup, and the little brother will have absolutely no fighting chance.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it even a battle. I think it's not. It's gonna be a massacre. NIP has been looking very convincing lately, and
Yeah.
ENS has their good moments, but overall, yeah, still the ENS.
I don't know. Like, I still feel like ENS, there has been something that's been at least looking better in both the game against Astralis, or basically all of them, right?
Yeah.
First, Vitality, they were not out of that game. I think they did fairly well, even. Like, they could have won that game. Oh, yeah, that's the one that ended 16-14 in the third map as well. Then against Astralis, I think ENS did well. Like, that was actually a really good performance. And against Godsent, I have no idea. They kind of dropped the ball completely in the end there. I don't know. I just feel like I've seen at least signs of lives over at ENS. But NIP has been looking very good too. So it's really, really hard to see ENS winning this one. And I'm sure even if they play really well and they get close, they seem to just find any fucking possible way to lose. So it's like they are cursed, man. They can't win. Like, they don't have a like. It's not an excuse. They suck, okay, but they also don't have any fucking luck ever. Everything is going against them. It's crazy at this
Yeah,
point.
I mean, it's true what you're saying, that when you look at ENS games, like every single timing, everything just always works against them. Like, if you are staring at a choke point for 15 seconds, and the second you turn around, someone shoots you in the back. I mean, it happens multiple times, but in a way, you could also say that luck has to be earned. And
Well, it's like this, right? They lost 10 series in a row. You can't blame luck or bad luck.
no, definitely. That's what I mean. Luck needs to be good luck. You need to earn it. Like, you need to start winning by playing the game to kind of start getting lucky also, because the better you play, in the way I see it is that a really good team is playing really well because they are abusing other teams' mistakes. But if you're the one making the mistakes constantly because you're playing kind of with this shadow on your back because you are not winning, so you're lacking confidence and everything, and therefore you're making the smaller mistakes that the other team is benefiting from. So
Honestly,
there's so many kind of different aspects to it.
I think ENS are very interesting right now because I honestly, to some extent, I have no idea how they made some of these games even close. Because if you look at the game and how they play, a lot of it honestly is just terrible. Like, their T sides, their after plans, I've been at least trying to, think about what they actually are doing, and they are not doing well. I have no idea what they are doing. Are they practicing? Are they, like, I don't fucking know. But they still manage to make these games close against Astralis, Vitality, and the Godsend game even though that's one they maybe should win, they did decently, you know. I don't even know how they make it close because their fundamentals and their tactics, as far as I can see, are fucking trash. And that might be harsh, but that's how I see it. So okay, NIP should win here, but at least ends all looking better.
Yeah,
But
and
they have to fucking win.
yeah, and Ends might take one map, and they have been playing well in some cases, and they have their good periods, but they cannot do it for the whole 3 game series. That's what they've shown. If they do well in one map, they might crumble completely in the next one. So I think that's one of the reasons they haven't taken series in a long time, and they have map victories. They have win a map in their last three series, and they've done some good things there, and they've looking good in short time periods.
Well, the thing is, you know, I don't even have the statistics here, but out of their last 5 series, they have, you know, won a map in 4 of them. Or actually, their 6 latest ones, they have won a map in 5 of them. Like, it's pretty good, you know. Like, not good. I don't want to say it's good. They lost all of those series, but at least it's some sign of life. But I'm also confused with their map pool because I used to think, okay, they're pretty good on Train. They suck on Inferno, whatever, right? But now all of a sudden they are winning Inferno and then they're losing on a map they should win. Like, there's no consistency at all. And at this point, I don't even know, are they good at any map, or it's very confusing, honestly. I don't even know what they want to be good at, like which maps.
Yeah, and they added Dust 2 to their map pool lately, just because it's more about AVP performance. It's about fracking, not that much of like it's the Dust 2 strategies are like so basic because it's the oldest map. They've played it forever. So it's like something in their backbone. So they played Dust 2, and actually their win rate doesn't really show the truth about Dust 2 because they've actually played pretty good in there.
No, sure, they have.
Yeah, and they are playing with their strengths. They know their strategic choices are not the best ones right now, and they are losing maps and games because of that. So they're just playing Dust 2 and just want to frack. And that's something that's been working for them at some cases. Well, not against Godsend, but they are at least trying to change things.
Sure, I'm pretty sure. Actually, talking about that, I was gonna mention, but the Dust 2 thing is definitely something Enzo doing, and I'm pretty sure if they get the opportunity, they will pick it today because Dust 2 is a pretty bad map for NIP as well, and or bad map they haven't played it at all. I think they, considering that, they will probably ban it, but either way, Dust 2 would be for sure the choice, I think, for Ents. It's the only map, I think. Like, even if they lost, I think they lost against Astralis, but it was like a 16-13 or 16-14, and that's, Astralis.
Yeah.
That's good. So, yeah, but we'll see. We talked about Ents for a long time here, but we obviously care about their performance, and, it's quite tragic to see where they are at, but there's signs of life, but they should not be able to challenge NIP.
Right, and with that said, we're gonna jump into the last series of the day, which is going to be played between Godsent and Spirit. Spirit is going in as a favorite, which is fair to say it's okay in my eyes, but I've been surprised by Spirit, I'd say. What about you?
Honestly, I think, sorry, Mika, but I think they have performed pretty much on the level I expect them to. Like, they're a pretty solid team. I expect them to at least get some wins here, but I don't know how to put it. Like, I expected them, like, for example, they won against Ends, not a very big surprise. Winning against Vitality, sure, that's a surprise, but out of all the games they play, I was pretty sure they would at least pick up one of them. I don't think they have been amazing. I guess. I think they are pretty much for me on the same level as Godsent. I feel like Godsent actually got unlucky. I know I say it every time, and I'm rooting, or for some reason it must sound like I love Godsent because I give them every excuse on planet Earth. But I really think Godsent are showing something pretty good, and they have been really, really unlucky with losing like 16-14s time after time. And I don't know. I think this game is super close. I guess the only part that doesn't make it that interesting is that Godsent are out, so they don't have anything to really play for. Besides, I'm sure they would like to at least get one more win on the in the books. So I'm. You guys are probably not gonna agree with me, and that's fine. But I feel like Godsent has a very, very good shot here.
Yeah, as I said before, I think Spirit will take this, but you misunderstood some of the things I said there. I don't think Spirit will smash and take a massive round difference here. I think Vitality will lose massive in massive round difference, and that's why Spirit will take them.
Sure.
But I think Spirit is definitely favorite here, especially because they have something to play for. I don't think Godsend is a bad team, and if Godsend would have a chance to go forward, they would be closer to Spirit in this one. For them, it's like just one game before season is over. So I think Spirit will come and they will win, and I think Spirit will win in 2 maps.
All right. That's
Um,
fair.
One thing that I'd like to kind of add it was that you about you speaking, giving Godsend some slack and excuses and them being unlucky. But then again, if you look at the results, they lost to NIP, Astralis, and Vitality 2-0. Versus NIP, the nuke was tight. That was 16-14. But then on overpass, they lost 16-4. Against Astralis, in Vertigo 16-5, and then Inferno 16-7.
I
And
know.
against Vitality, they had a tight map on Vertigo, and then they got decimated on Nuke 16-8.
So what happened in all of these games actually is the same thing. They had one very close map, like super close, and then they got absolutely stomped. I see that, but I still think even their performance in those 16-8 losses comes down to losing a few crucial rounds where, I mean, granted, they do the mistakes. It's their, fucking problem. It's not like it was unlucky to lose all of those rounds. But I just see it as, if they can fix those very, very small issues, they are good, and they could challenge way more. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm giving them too much slack, and then I don't give ends the same treatment, But I don't know. I just see something. They play very good fundamental CS, and I really think if they fix up some of those small issues, they are a very, very solid team. Like way better than most think.
Yeah, and I actually agree with you in there. I think Godsend has played very well, but their problem is that they are not used to play against teams with this caliber, and it's been a great learning experience for them, and I'm pretty sure they will come very strong for the next season. So they are really playing good CS, and their problems has been like evolving their play in middle of the series. They come prepared. They have a good strategy for one of the maps, usually their own map pick, and they are struggling against these stronger teams in the opponent's map picks, and it's something they have to fix. But it's something that comes with time, and now the training against these like high caliber teams. So I actually think Godsend has played better than their scoreline is showing.
I really think so. And just to add, those losses, they have the 16-14 losses. I'm pretty sure every single one of them, they had the lead and then they just crumbled and lost like 3-4 rounds in a row. And of course, again, that's a problem for them, but I feel like that's something they can work very quickly on and get rid of that shit because the earlier rounds they show, like I think these games they show that they are a better Vertigo team than Vitality. they also did the same in the NIP game. I mean, I just feel like they were the better team, but they got nervous. They whatever happened, that's the problem. But that's something you can fix. For example, ENCE are also losing these close games, but I feel like ENCE has bigger fundamental issues in their strategies and their game, and that's not something I see them fixing at least for a long time. So it's a little bit of a difference, right? But
I
maybe
totally agree with that.
maybe that's a little bit too in depth on it, but you know that's how what it feels like anyway, and we can probably move on. But it's going to be interesting to see how these groups end up. And actually, we have Group C will start on Thursday, so that
Yeah.
we should probably have a look at that next.
Thursday.
Yeah, Group C will be played from Thursday.
I think
and
we
every day
can.
forward.
Yeah, we'll spend more time on it tomorrow. So
Okay.
like yeah, because it doesn't make sense to kind of review today. We can spend an entire hour on it tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no.
I think we're talking about 6 games tomorrow, or maybe Thursday, because Thursday should be like nothing is happening tomorrow, so we have nothing to review Thursday.
We'll see.
Yeah,
There's always
we'll see.
something. We can also. I'm trying to get few guests in, so we might get a guest on Thursday.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, cool.
So we're gonna move our site towards Flashpoint from EPL. We have 3 games today. One of them is very interesting from Finnish perspective, which is the first one that starts at 5 p.m. our time, which is 5 p.m. in Finland. We have Havu going against Mad Lions for group winner.
Yeah, so just to add, all of these 3 games are group finals. So,
Yeah.
But first out, Habu and Mad Lions. Super interesting. I honestly, my thoughts are that I see Habu as the favorite, and that's because I have not been that impressed with Mad Lions since they kicked Mr. Hunden.
Yeah.
And with that said, I mean they reached a final here, you know, but I don't really think they have played that well, and the competition in this tournament is, you know, not that hot either. So I've been impressed with Havu, and I don't know, I favor them to win this.
Yeah, Habu is actually been performing very well, and they nearly didn't even get to the league, and now they are smashing everyone. So I've been
That's
very,
cool.
very, very impressed about Havu, but I think this is close one. I think Mad Lions has shown some very good CS this year. Maybe in Flashpoint they haven't been like in their absolutely best performance, but I
that's
still
because they kicked Hunden.
yeah, no, well, yeah, of course. But I still think they are playing very well, and I think this is gonna be a close one. But I hope Havu will take this.
Thing is, just to add, I've seen Mad Lions play a lot this year with and without Hunden, so I've been super impressed, honestly, with their players on an individual level. I think they all are performing really, really well. And before this year started, I basically knew nothing about these players, so they impressed me a lot. But also, just to mention, Habu did win against Mad Lions. Must be a few. No, not a few days. It's like 10 days ago in the first game of Flashpoint. So
And I can tell you, in that game, the comeback that Havu made was insane.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that started the Havu hype train in Finland.
I mean, I'm just gonna be pretty blatant and throw a fact on the table. At the moment, Havu is the best CS:GO team from Finland, and still has a lot more media buzz around them, but that's because, well, ENCE is ENCE, apparently, no matter what happens. And in a way, I kinda like it that Havu has been able to grind their way to where they are now, kind of without all the fuss around them. But I honestly they deserve so much more at the moment. They've been playing fantastically. Now they're one series away of winning their group in Flashpoint. And even though Flashpoint's teams is it's not EPL, but still there are a lot of good teams. Mad Lions is not an easy team to beat. So it's very, very good to see another Finnish team finally make it to closer to the top.
Yeah, and Flashpoint, even if their level is maybe not in EPL level, but there are teams that would 100% play in EPL if they wanted. So these are not teams that were not invited to EPL and then go to Flashpoint. There are multiple teams that decided to go to Flashpoint, and they could have gone in EPL if they wanted. So that's something you should always remember. These teams would have been competing with the EPL teams fully if they wanted to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair to say, that a lot of these teams in Flashpoint, because we keep on bringing it up, that the teams are not on the same level, and that's true. There's nothing to argue there. But then again, if you compare some of the teams or some of the better teams in Flashpoint to, for an example, Force, Big, Complexity, Gods and Spirit, these teams, right? Ends, yes. They are very equal, I would say, just generally. And those teams are doing really well in ESL Pro League, right? Like a lot of those teams will make it through in top 3 in these groups. So yes, Flashpoint is underrated for sure. I underrated probably myself every now and then. But I just wanted to add that the Habu thing and ends. I think we all like to say, that Habu is the best Finnish team because it's fun to say it, right? I think at this point it's pretty close, honestly. Like Habu is doing well, but I don't think ENS is that much of a train wreck, even if I, put them down every now and then, and I'm not the biggest fan of them right now, and they are shit. But the truth is, I think that Habu and ENS are really close.
Yeah.
If they played the same tournaments, if they played each other, it's pretty close, I think. But it's interesting, and like I said, I do think Habu will pick this up. But it's really close. I mean, it could go either way, like you guys said.
Yeah, and it's been forever since we've seen Havu against ENS. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That would be amazing.
But if Havu clears the blast qualifiers, they will play in the second round with ENS. I think the Finnish qualifiers.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
Perfect.
because I think there is 4 Finnish teams playing in the Finnish qualifier, and second round there is the best teams from Nordic countries, and ENS is there also to compete against for the blast spot. So there is possibility we see Havu against ENS in there.
I mean, I'm actually quite curious. I haven't watched Havu enough to really have an opinion about them like that, but the players in their team doesn't even stick out to me. Like, there's been players from Finland that I've been like, these guys actually have a chance to make it quite, on an international level. And most of these names don't really stick out to me. They stick out as, okay, that's a guy who's been there for a while, but he never really achieved much, It's pretty surprising to me. I don't know if you have any input there, but
Like basically we can use ice hockey terms here. Havu is it's a team. It's a
Sure.
very, very strong team. Like they all have their highlight moments, but then like they also support each other in an amazing way. So when someone doesn't have the best day, someone else kind of picks up. It's kind of like the team effort consistently, and then there comes these little moments when some of them get like these super big highlights, and like Zore had his a while ago, and kind of, yeah, they're not superstars, but there's like strong individuals working together.
I don't know. I just find it interesting that a team is making this big of a rise when most of their players are around 25, 26. That's kind of
Yeah, I was just saying that these guys are not like youngsters. They are players that have been trying to find their place in CS:GO community, trying to make their breakthrough, and they all have struggled with that. But now they
Yeah.
have found each other and playing amazingly as a team. But
It's
these
cool.
are guys that has been grinding in the Finnish and Nordic scene for a very long time and trying to find the right team for them.
I don't know. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you know, if you compare them, for an example, Mad Lions, well, has been, you know, on the rise for a while, you know, and most of their players is what you expect from a team that's, you know, becoming quickly better, I suppose, or taking a pretty big leap. All of the players are, I think, around 2021, 22, which is kind of usual. That's when, you know,
Yeah.
things start happening and the team becomes great. Now, of course, Habo isn't great yet, but they have still been doing good things, and that's pretty impressive. It's pretty cool. Um, you know, hopefully it would be more exciting, I guess for Finnish CS if the players were youngsters, but this is good as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Eh, maybe that's enough of Havu and Mad Lions. Like we can conclude it by saying it's i- it's unexpected to see a team with such high average age to kind of start breaking in, but it's at the same time very refreshing for the Finnish
Yeah.
CS:GO community.
For sure.
Second series of the day is going to be played between Cloud9 and Augles. Cloud9 being favorite with about 1.4, 1.5 odds, and you can get to 0.5 even for Augles. What do we see here? What are we looking at? I mean,
I see Cloud9 as the big favorite. It's interesting, I think, that this Cloud9 lineup, when it was announced, I think I even sent the link to you, Teemu, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? you know? Uh, because I basically never heard about any of them. That's the honest truth, you know? They have some South Africans and some Americans who aren't very well known. But they have been performing really good, and it started with them. I brought it up a few times. They beat MIBR in the qualifiers for some Katowice thing, I think it was, which was very surprising, but it showed potential. And now I think they have really shown that they are a good team. And in Katowice, they kind of got stomped, but that's totally on a different level. And I think in these kinds of tournaments, they are very, very good. I don't think Orgles I've seen a few of the games from Orgles. They are not terrible, but I don't think they are even close to as good as Cloud9. And I did actually watch Orgles yesterday. They played Dignitas for the spot in this game, and as much as I was actually surprised that they did beat Dignitas, because I think Dignitas has been looking pretty good for what it is. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just see Cloud9 being the better team. So that's about it, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, hard to
Um,
disagree with that.
the Oracles to me seems. I watched one of like their game for a little bit. Was it yesterday, or the day before yesterday? When they played Dignitas. Yeah, it was yesterday. And they did win 2-1, which was quite unexpected in my opinion.
They smashed the two last maps as well.
Yeah,
Like really smashed.
I watched the nuke, which Dignitas won, but yeah, then 16-4, 16-3 on Mirage and Inferno. So it's going to be an interesting match. I do believe Cloud9 is a clear favorite, but I think August might have a fighting chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way I feel about Orgles is the same as I felt about a lot of North American stacks in the past. They can be great, but their overall level is not very strong. So they have one day they just pop off and they smash heads. You know, that's how it goes, and that's how I don't know these NA stacks have always felt to me. So, but yeah, I think 1.5 Cloud9 is about right. I think if you can get 1.6, 1.7, go ahead and bet on it. But as of now, it looks pretty correct.
Yeah, and then last series of the day where we have Chaos Esports Club versus MIBR, and MIBR is a favorite here, but I guess Janne wants to bash Brazilians once again.
No, I don't. I have changed my mind. It's true. So, I have complained at MIBR for a very long time, and I think it was deserved. They have been really, really bad for a while. So, but okay. So I don't know what happened though, because I have watched all of these games actually. I have watched. Hang on. At least 5 of the last series MIBR played. I have no idea why now that I think about it, but I have. So, in the last 2 series, they have played fucking great. Honestly, they have been looking like they're back. It's just I don't know what happened, but they have been really, really good. Like I said, they were gonna lose against Envy, and I still stand for those words. Looking at how things looked at then, but they smashed them, absolutely stomped them. They looked amazingly good. Then they played Gen G yesterday. I was skeptical. I was like, okay, MIBR are looking a little bit better, but Gen G is pretty good. But MIBR looked really, really strong. I think they played really good. That's it. And the thing is, Chaos won against MIBR not long ago, but the main factor is they had Smuya, and Smuya was popping off that game. He's not even playing with Chaos anymore because I think it was visa issues. So I think MIBR will win this game, and it's not okay. Fuck it, it's not even gonna be close. And 1.5 is a very good bet. That's it.
Okay.
I swear to God, I changed my mind completely on MIBR. They've been looking really good.
Um. Well, Chaos has Steel, and I
Exactly.
think that's going to be their downfall.
Oh, so you do agree with that? All right.
I think Steel would be better if he stick to streaming in Twitch,
Oh shit.
but I think he might be too stubborn.
All right. No, I really think okay. The odds are around 1.4 on this game, MIBR. So I think anything over 1.5, and you got a bet from me, and I will post it on our Twitter. But I need to find something around that number.
Okay. Yeah, that's Counter Strike. Enough of Counter Strike 4 2. Then we have some Dota 2 We Save to Play charity thingy event happening going on. And what do we have today? We have
The final rounds are starting since all the regions played basically 2 semifinals leading into a final. So we have the first regions now starting to play that last, and it's best of 5 by the way. So that's pretty.
oh.
So the
So
region final.
we have no, that's not today.
You can go down to on the site. You have results, and
Yeah.
then you can scroll through the different regions.
Or
Yeah.
you can play show all and show
Actually,
them
we
all.
have
However you wanna do it.
Navi versus Hellraiser starting in an hour, which is a
Yeah.
best of 5. I think it's so cool that we have best of 5s in tournaments such as these.
Yeah, it's nice.
And then we have Crazy going against Evil Geniuses in 5.5 hours, or actually 6 hours. And
What you
Crazy is the old fighting pandas.
just to mention, EU and CIS will basically play their finals, and then the winners of those will play each other. So EU and CIS will have their own little final as well.
Yeah.
Which means that Navi or Hellraisers will play against Liquid or Nigma, and Liquid Nigma plays tomorrow.
Because these were some donation goals. Yeah, it was 150k donation goal was EU versus CIS final, which is what we got. 160k was 3 versus 3 NA All-Star match. 180k was final format best of 5. So we got that. And so at the moment we've raised 183k.
Is there any more goals?
Yeah, there's one more goal set at the moment, which is 200k, and we play premium for all we savers. All we savers will get we play premium access for 3 months. So I think everybody who's donated with Gel
Yeah.
will get premium access to we play for 3 months. So this is actually, and there's one more sub goal that's TBA. So if and when these break, there's going to be new ones. But I think this is a really good way to kind of um, have something for people to entertain them and then at the same time help those in need.
Yeah.
Definitely. I like this initiative a lot. I mean, a lot of the Dota 2 action was cancelled, and this obviously has brought some pretty good entertainment. And honestly, I think it's pretty cool as well because it's different regions. So you basically had games from quite early morning. I think the first games usually start at 9:10 our time, and the last games are ending like after midnight. So it's pretty cool in these times to get this much entertainment, and we still have these finals, best of 5 finals, which is super cool.
Yeah,
So like it.
Southeast Asia final was played as a best of 3, but then the rest are best of 5.
Oh, really? Was it?
Yeah, Southeast Asia final was played.
No, it's not. It's still being
Oh,
played.
it's live.
Homie.
Yeah. So yeah. It's game ongoing at the moment.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
1-1 right now.
Yeah. It's Geek Fan versus Android.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I really like this this donation call way of doing things. It's same that has been used in Games Done Quick charity events for years now, and
Yeah.
like if you donate enough, you get something extra, and I really like the way this works for the donators. I really think it's a great way of doing things.
Yep, agreed. Also, just want to add, Geek Fam just won, so the final in Southeast Asia is actually 2-2, and we'll go to a fifth game in just.
Oh.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, maybe that's enough of Dota, and then we have one more thing on the table,
Yeah,
which
we have.
is PUBG Finland. PSL Elisa Viihde PUBG Spring Challenge.
Yeah, they announced yesterday the new spring challenge with Elisa Viihde. They had the Landtrek first pro tournament in Finland like with a little bit more than a month ago, just before the Corona thing cancelled everything. So now they are trying to do a little bit bigger, a little bit more international with online format, and the sign-ups starts next Monday, and they will announce the teams this week. But I just wanted to show that something cool is happening in PUBG world, even if PUBG Corporation haven't done any thing with their delays and postpones. So the third party operators are waking up and doing their part to get all the teams to play online. So something cool happening in PUBG. We haven't really talked about PUBG in this podcast, so I wanted to show this. But yeah, it's a cool format. 128 teams, and all of the best EU teams has been invited to the tournament, and during this week I think they should announce the teams that has accepted the invite.
Well, that's good.
Very good. So Finland is becoming the new center of all esports. Now we
Yeah.
had Arctic Invitational. Now we're getting professional PUBG, and then we have Blast Pro coming, and soon we'll have
Yeah.
an ESL major.
Yeah. The Blast qualifiers is also Elisa Viihde Spring Challenge. So this is like the same background in both of these PUBG and CS:GO challenges. So Elisa Viihde is doing both of them with other local operators, so they are somehow connected.
And to those English or to those viewers who do not understand Finnish, you would pronounce it Eliza Vihday or
Eliza
something like that.
Vihday. Yeah, it's Finnish mobile operator and
Or
TV
teleoperator.
teleoperator. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So this has been another hour of esports talk. I don't really have anything smart or stupid to add, so should we call it a day?
Yeah, pretty much the same. We have gone through everything that's on my mind regarding esports, so I'm done.
How about Mika? Any beautiful
Yeah,
words to add?
I just checked my Twitter if there's something going on right now, but I don't see anything worth noting. So I think we are done.
Okay. To the viewers who are watching this, please press the follow button if you want to see more of our things. Again, this VOD will be posted to YouTube. They're coming late a little bit, but we will upload all of them.
And when you are watching this at YouTube, like and subscribe.
Yes. Yeah, we will be back tomorrow at the same time, which is at noon GMT +1. It's 1 p.m. in Finland and 11 a.m. in United Kingdom. In America, it's AM hours, and it's Asia, it's late p.m. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.